That is the mistake you do.
Okay.
You cannot do that. You do your film your way, your language.
Oh.
That's how it should be done. Bahubali was never thought of as a pan-India. It was shot as a Telugu film. They did not shoot any Hindi dialogues, nothing. I had tried bilingual films in my earlier days, where we would shoot one shot of this and one shot of that, and one shot of Tamil and one shot of Telugu, and then we would try to, do a different edit for them and different edit for us.
In today's time, the star is the content, is the script. After that, if that is rock solid, then everything follows. But if that's not right, no matter what you do for the film will not work, is what I feel.
The raw stardom is only up to a certain limit. Unless the script and the content is rock solid, like you said, a star can take it up a little more.
So firstly, welcome to Pink Villa. It's lovely having the two of you together over here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So my first question is to you. This is a sequel to a film made in 2016. So when did you first decide on making a part 2, and how has the story evolved over the years?
We decided quite some time back, almost 5 years back, to make this film, but then due to some unavoidable circumstances, we just couldn't do it. And of course, then almost 2 years of COVID happened in between, and it's still happening. So, yeah. So then about 5 months ago, we went on to the floors and finished the film. And we are looking at coming in front of, for the Pongal, Sankranti is a very auspicious time for us, and it's a film time for us. So we plan to come out, and we came out. Of course, the story has evolved from then. It can't be the same as the first. And Naga Chaitanya has entered into this script. So that's what happened.
And Chaitanya, for you, how did you first react when you were asked to join this franchisee?
First, it was exciting initially, and at the same time, it was I felt quite nervous because the successful franchise and the character is something like I've never done before. So it was all good challenges for me up ahead, and it was something I wanted to prove to myself.
And Natsa, for you, I was just reading some media reports. When the film was first conceptualized, I believe you wanted to bring Chai and Akhil together in the film. Could you tell us if that is true, or like those were just...
No, that is just, no, there was no idea about that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you ever plan to, get, this entire family together on a film for something very special? Maybe the third part if...
Maybe. I have no idea. We didn't think about it yet. So we will think about it when the time comes. Yes, we do. It would be nice if we can do it.
And this question is for both of you. Do the two of you believe in superpowers and the external powers that exist, like the one which is shown in the film? Do the two of you believe about the superpowers in real life too?
See, let me put it. For myself, I'm telling you, we all grew up with stories. Always fascinated us, right from our childhood. The comics which we read, the films which we have seen, is always somewhere in your when you were a child, you always believed that, and that nostalgic feeling still exists, and so that is one of the reasons I was always attracted to this kind of a story. And yes, who knows? There is nothing which you should say that you don't believe and that you believe. Anything is possible, and it can happen. So who knows? But this is the reason I was always fascinated since childhood with all these kind of things. The animal speaking and animal powers and this and that. All of these things, and God coming down, or the soul. A soul is around us, and it's a very, very Indian thing that the souls of our ancestors always look after us. True. So that has always been the belief in our culture. So that is something which we incorporated in this film.
And Chaitanya, for you, do you believe in superpowers and...
Yeah, I definitely think there is some kind of a supernatural force out there that is sort of looking over us. But to put an exact name to it or something like that, I don't have anything.
And there's another question for you. I might get the film pronunciation wrong, but you are on a roll, if I'm not wrong, from Maijili, followed by Love Story, and the Venki Mama. All three were smash hits at the box office. And now there is Bangarraju, which is coming on Sankranti. How
Right.
does this success run feel, and what are the pressures of delivering once you are, on a roll when it comes to the number game?
I don't focus too much on the number game. For me, it's more about the character and the content. If that connects, and if we feel right about that, I think everything just follows, and whatever the film deserves will be achieved. But yeah, once every character is appreciated by the audience, there is pressure to just deliver better on the next film. So it's a good challenge to have. I'm fortunate that my characters have been working at the box office, so it's a good challenge to have, to just keep proving yourself. You have their support, so just explore yourself more.
Correct. And Naksa, how do you view this number game?
Numbers change. Numbers change every year. I don't know if anything can match up to Sholay. If you actually convert the numbers literally to this year, so the number game is just as time goes by, bigger and bigger and bigger numbers keep coming, and you're just chasing them. That's about it. Yeah, so I don't much believe in the number game, and never did all my life, all my career, throughout my career. And like Chair said, the film gets what it deserves.
Correct. And this comes from someone who has delivered some of the biggest blockbusters in Telugu industry. So
no, I really don't believe. Numbers are very fictional, which can be added up, made up, all kinds of things. Numbers are something. They're like they keep disappearing. Yeah, and a new number comes up.
And how do the two of you view the concept of stardom? So how has it evolved over the years, according to you? And Jay, how do you view the stardom in today's time?
In today's time, the star is the content, is the script. After that, if that is rock solid, then everything follows. But if that's not right, no matter what you do for the film will not work, is what I feel.
Okay, that's interesting. So basically, that raw stardom is slowly diminishing.
No, I won't say that. I won't say that. I'm talking from purely my generation, or from my space. Of course, the raw stardom still exists, but I don't know if it does in the generation I belong to.
No, Chay, see, what I feel is not just your generation, any generation. Stardom the raw stardom is only up to a certain limit. Unless the script and the content is rock solid, like you said, a star can take it up a little more, notch it up a little more. If the bad content is there, if the content is not there, the biggest star also can't save the film. Maybe instead of the biggest star will connect 2 rupees, and if it's not a star, it will be 1.5 rupees. That's about it. A star can only notch it up. You can't completely take it and go. I really believe that. It has always been like that. The biggest of the stars had the biggest of the flops. Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's true. And so Bangarraju is, if we look at it, it's actually the last man standing when it comes to theatrical release in today's time. There were so many films up for release in January in all industries. And it is finally Bangarraju, which is the major film which is releasing on Sankranti. How do you view this development? And, when there was a string of releases, was Bangarraju always in the race for that Sankranti spot on Jan 14?
The day we started, I was in the race. I was always, because for us, Sankranti is a very film-going festival. From decades history, if you go back to it, there was almost 4 to 5 films released in that 10-day period. And usually 3 to 4 films do very well. 2 films will do extremely well. It's always been there. And I looked at it like that. In fact, for 5 years ago when I released the original Bangarraju, there were about 5 films released
Okay.
that time. So, and it did extremely well. So with that confidence, I came in, and of course, the two biggies fell out because of different reasons. It's not anything. They're all pan world films, pan India, not just pan India. They need a proper landing all over the world.
Hmm.
It's just not in the Telugu states. And Telugu states are quite okay still. It's not this film is for the Telugu people. It was never planned as a pan India film. So it's the Telugu states are quite okay. It's
Correct.
not as bad as Maharashtra or Delhi or other places. Yeah.
But sir, talking of pan India release, how do the two of you view this rising concept of pan India films? And if you look at it, it is Telugu cinema which is spearheading this movement. So how do the two of you view this aspect?
Well, Bahubali did the crossover.
Yeah.
Bahubali did the crossover actually, and suddenly people realize that it's the, like Jay said, it's the content people like. And today, after the OTT, this thing, people have started to enjoy all languages, and suddenly the mind is open. People are open to it, and somewhere if you look at the recent films about Bali, it just connected with the people's emotions. The emotions, which that's all they needed to connect. They didn't care who the star is and all of that. They came and watched.
Absolutely, yeah. And Jay, how do you view this phenomenon?
It's a great opportunity for all of us, that our content is being absorbed everywhere and that there are no more boundaries. I would give a lot of credit, like Dad said. One is Bahubali, and also technology. OTT started playing all kinds of languages, and language is not a barrier anymore. It's the emotion that audience is connecting to. So for actors, for technicians, for everyone, it's something great that's happening, because the more exposure we get, the better for us. So I'm really happy that this movement is happening.
And Naksa, you just said that Bahubali was the triggering point, but we have been having a lot of discussions over here about the advent of pan-India cinema, and there is this television as a medium which has been very powerful, to bring films and make the southern cinema approachable to the audience over here. And if we go back, the earliest memory that I have of watching a South Indian film would be a dubbed version of, say, Meri Jang One Man Army, which featured you, or a Don Number One, or a King Number One. And those films actually triggered that movement, slow and steady, which has led to this. So how do you look at this phenomena, where it started, I think, in 2006-7 when these films were dubbed in Hindi, to now? And you have played a
Yes.
major role in that.
Yeah, my earlier, yes, especially Dawn Number One and Mary Junk, they were incredible.
The dialogues in that are like,
yeah, huge hits. The reason I will tell you is during that time, I felt that the Hindi films, the Bollywood films were completely westernized, and they were connecting to the NRI audience, and they really forgot about the Indian audience here, the single theater audience.
Yeah.
And those films, if you look at it, they are pure single theater films, and people suddenly felt, this is what we like to see. This is what happens next door. This is what happens in our basti. This is what happens here, to someone. And I think that's why both those films, if you see the background, it is really grounded. The stories, the script, the characters, they're all very, very grounded. The dialogues they speak, the mother and son connection, and the brother and the friendship connection, all of that was there. They were not speaking any foreign language. They were speaking our language. I think that's how the whole connected, and then the South influx of larger than life, the heroes being larger than life, all the action sequences, all were very, very larger than life. And they just loved it, and the comedy and the dance. They wanted films that they can enjoy. They didn't want to think too much. That started the influx. I think that's what is the success of these films.
And in today's time, are the two of you looking to create content which would, bridge, like when it comes to script selections for both of you, with regional barriers been bridged, are the two of you also looking keenly that this script has the potential of going pan India, or we can take it pan India in terms of when it comes to conceptualization level itself?
That is the mistake you do.
Okay.
You cannot do that. You do your film your way, your language.
Oh.
That's how it should be done. Bahubali was never thought of as a pan-India. It was shot as a Telugu film. They did not shoot any Hindi dialogues, nothing. That's when you don't miss the essence of it. And then you dub it. The basic essence of all scripts and all people, all Indian people is the same. Now you start thinking, oh, okay, for Hindi, they might like this. No, this is the shirt I have to wear. I can't wear that shirt. I can't wear a lungi. You start thinking like that, you will get totally confused and you'll make a bad film. This is proven time and time again. I had tried bilingual films in my earlier days, where we would shoot one shot of this and one shot of that, and one shot of Tamil and one shot of Telugu, and then we would try to do a different edit for them and different edit for us. Just won't work.
Chay, I watched Love Story recently, and it's a very universal film in terms of emotions. Love story, that's a genre which every single person would connect to with dance, music. Do you think these are the subjects which can now you can think about it, that once it is made, we can bring it in Hindi as well? Because we all know, let's be honest, at some point of time it might be remade in Hindi. So why not people watch it in the original form?
See, like Dad said, I think my ideology is still to be true to the language it was conceptualized in. And then since we have technology now, we have that platform to expose it to the maximum audience possible. So that platform will automatically take the film where it needs to go. And of course, if an actor from another language decides to remake it, then that's doing justice to it again in their own language, or in that form. But me trying to shoot a Telugu film in 3 or 4 different languages for the sake of a bigger release, I feel is I won't go that route, me personally.
And Naksa, you have already completed shooting for Brahmastra, which is touted to be the biggest film of Bollywood. You play an archaeologist in the film. It's a first. I think it's a first for you, among the first. Or I don't think you have done archaeologist before. How excited are you for that film? It marks your return also to a Hindi film after, I think, almost 20 years.
Yeah. Straight film. I'm on your TV screen all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Hindi film, straight Hindi film. Yeah, it's more than the archaeology part of it and all of that. It is the script and the way, with the passion they made it, and the mixing mythology and our ancient Vedic times to the present times. It's very well mixed into it, and it is our I don't know how much they have revealed, so I really don't want to get into it and reveal these things. And it is something about this 5,000-year-old Brahmastra. That is the film.
And Jay, you enter Bollywood with Lal Singh Chaddha. Firstly, are you done shooting for the film?
Yes, I'm done shooting for the film.
So how excited are you for that big debut with Amir Khan, which is a remake of a classic like Forrest Gump?
Oh, I'm very excited. I can't wait for you guys to catch it in the theater, because the role, whatever we've shot is come out so well, and I'm really excited about it. The team is really excited. So can't wait for you all to see it. And the way they've adapted it to our Indian, culture and our Indian sensibilities is what intrigued me the most when I heard the script. They've covered some really, important events down our timeline. And I think, so I can't wait for you guys to watch it.
And last couple of questions. Naksa, what is the release size of Bangarraju looking like in APTS?
It's pretty big. In fact, I'm a little worried about that.
Okay.
So too many theaters. because that's the only film there. So there are too many theaters, because all the theaters are empty, and it's a festive time. All theaters want a film, and especially a new film. So it's a very big release, which I hadn't planned for.
Okay, so you prefer, what we call a platform release that for films?
That is always good. That is always good when the film goes in tight, all shows are fulls, and then slowly, as people go and spread the talk outside, you keep adding theaters. That is the way I believed in business a while ago, and that works for me. And especially, this is a family film. The whole family needs to come. The families don't come the first day or the second day. They take time to come to the theaters.
So next up for you is Ghost. Could you tell us something on that? That is your next big release. When can we expect?
Well, we have to shoot. We have to do a abroad shoot. We are not able to do it because of these COVID things. So we need to finish that abroad shoot. Probably another 6 months at least. By the time it gets to see the light, yeah.
And Jay, I have heard, like someone I was speaking to down south, he has told me wonderful things about Thank You, and the concept also that I've heard, it seems very special. Could you tell us something on film? It seems like that perfect slice of life, feel good entertainer that audience want.
Yeah, it is a slice of life. It's a travelogue kind of a film. We're done shooting for it, almost 90% of it. We just have a week left. We're planning to fly down to Russia if everything works out end of the month and finish that off. So it's a very feel-good, breezy film. It's about this guy and how he goes down memory lane and also explores the importance of gratitude. That's the whole soul of the film, importance of gratitude. It should be out soon. Hoping if everything goes well, should be out soon.
And last words on Bangarraju before signing off from both of you.
Yeah, it's a fun film, a lot of fun. It's a full package of all kinds of elements put into it, and it's a family out and out entertainer, and that is what we aimed at the festive times. Sankranti Pongal that's what people expect all the time, and they're looking for that kind of. That is a film which we have given.
And Jay, from your end?
Yeah, it's a complete. It's a film that Dad and the whole team planned for the festival, because during the festival over here, everyone looks forward so much for the Sankranti festival. All the Telugu people, everyone's in a mood to celebrate and enjoy with their friends and family, and share some really nice moments. And this film is all about that, and this film has that vibe. The Telugu audience have to watch a film during Sankranti. It's like a ritual, literally. So this is the perfect film for them, and hoping to see everyone at the theaters day after, and hoping for the best.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. It was lovely talking to you.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Imesh.
Yes. Yeah. And I hope you like the questions.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah. Absolutely fine. No, it's a good thing that you asked us these questions about this. The link between Bollywood and the Telugu films, how people are watching them so much,
True,
especially I know how much our dubbed films are in demand. Yeah.
True. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir, and best of luck again. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.